with day 13 of my December daily of 2017. Today I have two photos. One is a picture of my daughter writing a letter to Santa, and the other one is the actual letter that she wrote to Santa. And it's really, really tiny, but it is enough that you can actually see the words and things on that. So I'm going to be using that. Hi guys, welcome back to day number 13 of my December daily. Today I have two photos. One is a picture of my daughter writing a letter to Santa, and the other one is a picture of the actual letter. It's tiny, but I just wanted to remember what she wrote on it, and that's why I took a picture and just made it really small. It actually has some personal information on it, so that's why it's covered up a bit. But those are the two photos I'm going to be working with, and I think what I'm going to be doing today is I have this card. This is from the Project Life Becky Higgins Christmas set that I have, and I just really liked it. I thought it was perfect because it had all the little airmail symbols and things like that for the letter to Santa. I don't really like the rounded corners. Most of the corners that I'm using, or most of the cards I'm using, have straight edges. So I'm actually just going to take a snippet of this, and I also really want it to be this shape anyway. So it's not the right dimensions for the pocket I'm using. So I'm going to trim this down and use part of it on the paper. I also printed a sheet of vintage like newsprint on my computer. It was just a download that I got, I think off of Pinterest or something like that. It was free, and it's for personal use only. So I printed that on a bigger sheet and just cut down to 4x6. So that card is going to go right here on the bottom page. This is a 2 4x6 pocket page. And I'm thinking about trimming this off just kind of so a little bit of it shows. And then I did my journaling on another piece of vintage paper. I have a better image of it here. So I just trimmed the 3x4 sheet out. I printed this, and I kind of made it a little smaller so the scale was better for the 3x4. And it looks like, again, vintage ledger paper. And I just trimmed that out to a 3x4. So that's going to go kind of right here. Now the colors are a little bit off as far as the colors of this faces this. But I think it's going to end up working out okay. And really, you're not going to be seeing much of it anyway. So I'm trying to decide, because that's going to go here. I think I'm going to trim it down just slightly so it fits, so you can see a little bit of the edge of this. So I'm just going to use my little paper trimmer here from Creative Memories. I'm going to trim up just a smidge from the top and bottom. And this vintage paper is fun. So like if you have just want to add a little journaling spot or something fun like that, look up free vintage printables on Google or even on Pinterest, and you can find quite a bit of things. So I was pretty impressed with the number of free things I could find. So instead of spending the money on buying it, if you don't actually have it in your stash, then you can actually print it. And it prints pretty well. I mean, it's a little more blurry. It's not going to be as crisp, or this one in this case isn't as crisp as if I had the actual sheet, but I like it anyway. I kind of like the muted kind of fuzziness of it. I like that, how that looks. So like I said, I'm going to probably glue this down. I'm trying to decide how I want to do that. I feel like I need to back it with some color, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I have more of these cards. This is that Becky Higgins Christmas set. I'm thinking a red would look really pretty, or even a green maybe. I don't know, I want a little bit of a pop. And there's two cards that come in each in the kit. This would be pretty. No, I didn't see two of those this time. Oh yes, there is two of those. So I'm wondering, that might be kind of pretty. I wonder if I could... It's going to cover up a lot of this though, so maybe I don't want to do that. So I'm going to, let's see if I want to, I'm going to trim just the corners off for now and then play with it a bit to see kind of how I want to have this. So again, just using my Creative Memories trimmer, I'm just going to trim the corners off so I get some straight edges and give me something to kind of play with. And let's see. I think what might look kind of cute is just to strip down the middle. And I could probably cut it and then use a little bit on this side and then the other strip on this side, and it will look like it's one long strip. So I think I like this portion. So I'm going to cut off about, let's see, I'm going to do about 1 3/4 of an inch or so, I think. Whoop, that moved a little bit on me. See if that's how I want to do that. Just doing a little bit of layering, nothing too exciting. Yeah, and you really can't see much of it, so it really probably didn't matter where I cut it. So I'm going to trim this off a little bit more. So let me get a pencil so I know I don't trim off too much. So I'm just going to put a mark right on this other side and trim that off, and then that will be the other side of the card. All right. Maybe a little bit more towards the bottom. And then I can make sure that's straight here in a second. So let me put that there. All right, so I think I'm going to play with that. I really do like that. Now I have these cut aparts from Inky Quill in her December Patreon subscribers kit. I'm thinking maybe one of these might look kind of fun. And I just used Peace on yesterday's page, so I'm not sure if I want to use Peace again. But I do really like these. Oh, the heart one. Well, the heart one can be more, I have this heart one, but it can be more universal. The holly one is a little more Christmassy. Maybe love. That might be a good one. What about... maybe scoot this over just a little bit. Just seeing what I could layer under here. You know, I don't think I need anything. Maybe I'll put... maybe put a heart since I have that love up there. Maybe I can do something like that. All right, and I actually have some kind of like postage looking things in the sticker book too that I can kind of go through. Where was that? I think that was like on one of the first or second pages here. Yeah, I might can be able to use some of these. So I think, let me get this stuck down, and then I'll try to use some of the stickers in the sticker book. I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I am going to trim off the extra here of the love. And I'm liking how this is looking so far, but I really feel like this is kind of a little barren. I'm wondering if I can make some photo corners out of this. And sorry if you can hear a dog barking. Our neighbor's dog appears to be barking right next to the fence, right by my window. So I get to hear him now instead. So I apologize if you guys can hear that. Hopefully it won't keep going on, or hopefully you won't be able to hear it. So I'm gonna attempt to make photo corners. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I'm going to attempt to make them. And you know what? I think I have photo corners somewhere, but God only knows where they are. I'm gonna have to make these pretty tiny. All right, so let's see what I can do. All right, so I got one. Probably trim it up a bit more. Let's see. Actually, that looks pretty good. All right, let me trim out the other ones and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I almost forgot that I needed to put the number on. Like I said earlier, today is number 13. And, oh, you know what? I forgot to trim these out. I got distracted by my family, and I forgot to trim the rest of these out. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I got the little photo corners all trimmed and glued down. So they are done. And I almost forgot I need to also add the number to this picture. And I think I glued this down, not with liquid adhesive. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick this here. And I'm wondering if I can kind of, I think I'm gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna stick that back down, and then I'm going to use some liquid adhesive on this and add the number down in the bottom right-hand corner of this photo. I love this fine liner bottle. It's the best bottle when you're trying to get into some really hard to reach spots. And then I'll just glue that down. And I think that might be pretty much it. I want to do a little bit of something there. And then I also had these stickers. I wanted to see if there's anything else I wanted to put. I really would like to use some of this postage. It is gold, so I'm contemplating whether I really should. Maybe I'll use, I know this is blue, but it almost looks black. Thinking about, kind of looks like a little postage. Maybe I'll do that instead. Goes off the page a little bit, but I'll just trim that. I like that pop of red. I like the printable too, but I like the pop of red in the bottom there. Let's see, can I use the printable anyplace else? No, I think I'm gonna skip the printable. And I think I'm going to call this page done. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those below. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up so I know that you're enjoying the series and enjoying my videos, and I know what to be doing for you guys in the future. So have a great day, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.